Probably few institutions in the United States that are more corrupt than Fannie and Freddie, and it is frightening what went on, and it's probably still going on. Both had major accounting scandals in the early 2000s. They were forced to take massive losses and pay hefty fines, and Fannie alone had to pay $1 billion just for the audit. $1 billion just for the audit. They purposely altered earnings to raise executive pay. They were, the executives got bonus if certain bonuses if certain earnings were made, so they just altered all the records to make sure those earnings were made. And during the audits, investigations, there was more than one investigation, they showed that Fannie and Freddie both overvalued assets, underreported losses, falsified signatures on accounting records, falsified, created fraud, changed the earnings records in the databases, they misclassified securities, and they misused tax credits. And they also determined they didn't use generally accepted accounting principles. Now, none of these executives went to jail. As far as I know, nobody went to jail. As far as I know, they didn't have to give any of the money back either. Freddie and Fannie are basically a dumping ground for political hacks and Wall Street cronies. And, you know, lots of ex-congressmen get very lucrative consulting contracts with Fannie and Freddie. Lots of people from Wall Street, which makes a fortune on selling Fannie and Freddie loans, wind up working for Fannie and Freddie also. And if you look at their accounting records, you'll see they have extremely high expenditures for lobbying activities. This is what they did with their lobbying expenditures. 2003, we'll start with OFAO is the organization that watches Fannie and Freddie as the regulator. The head of the OFAO in 2003 issued a report that had been 2 years, a study that had been done for 2 years. And he warned that financial calamity could happen because of excess leverage in Fannie and Freddie. He was promptly fired by the Bush administration. Then, around the same time, Representative Cliff Stearns, whose committee Fannie and Freddie was under his committee, he had an investigative hearing, and he announced, well, we're going to have more. His jurisdiction was promptly removed from his committee by the Speaker of the House, who was Hassard at that time. It was given to Mike Oxley, who didn't want to have any hearings, apparently. Fannie, by itself, sponsored 19 fundraisers for Oxley after this. 19. There's another representative, I think, from Wisconsin, Paul Ryan. He was holding town hall meetings about Fannie and Freddie in his district. Fannie called up all mortgage holders in his district, totally misstated his positions, and this guy got in a lot of trouble. It created a big mess for him, of course. And keep in mind, all of this is being subsidized by the U.S. taxpayer. So Fannie is destroying his political enemies, and we are paying for them to do it. So Fannie and Freddie are sort of like a quasi-governmental, organization that has a lot of mysterious power and can do whatever it wants and have whatever it wants done.